Number 34. 34? Oh, it's me. It's me! Hello. Hi, Jefferson Miller. Nice to meet you. Have a seat over there, please. Thank you. So, name? Forte. Yes. Forte. Yes. Okay. Social security number? Social security number, sure. The 2752339 152752904821789 Okay. Mm-hmm. Alright, so do you have been searching for a job? Yes, sir. Did you apply for unemployment benefit? Yes, I did in April. Mm-hmm. What was your job previously? Oh, I'm a musician. Oh, nice. Which instrument? I play violin. Do you play with any orchestra? Not exactly. What do you mean, not exactly? What kind of music you play? Well, I play different type of music, jazz music, and like improvised music. Did you bring your biography? Oh yeah, sure. I just brought it here. Okay, let me check. Please. Thank you. So, oh, you're French? Sometime. What do you mean, sometime? Well, my parents are Italian. Alright, but where are you born? Well, actually in Algeria, which is in North Africa. Oh, wait a minute. I don't get it. You're Italian, but you're French, but you're born in North Africa? What kind of story is that? Well, it's mine. Alright, whatever. So, oh, I see on your biography that you did some TV shows? Yes. Nice. What kind of TV shows? Well,
On va demander à Mario de venir nous rejoindre sur ce plateau. S'il vous plaît, Mario.
Tu es venu avec tes parents?
Oui.
Mario Forte, en préparant cette émission.
Et toi, qu'est-ce que tu veux faire quand tu seras grand?
Peut-être chirurgien.
not that a big deal. So, you have been studying classical music, correct? Yes, this is my background. I studied mainly classical music, and at a certain point I met a violinist in France called Didier Lockwood. I don't know if you heard about. He was known in France, and this guy was playing jazz, and he introduced me to jazz music. So since I'm into jazz. Okay, and then what did you do? Well, at that time I was extremely young. I was still like 16, 17 years old. And before playing jazz professionally, I've been playing flamenco. Flamenco? What's that? Flamenco, it's the music that the gypsy plays in Spain. Gypsies? Pero con quién he tocado flamenco. Those guys who stole chicken? Oh, they don't stole chicken. Alright. So then, you've been in Paris? Yes, I've been studying at the Paris Conservatory, and I got my graduation there. And other than your studies, what did you do in Paris? I did record an album. Oh, nice. What kind of album? This. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Then I see on your biography that you've been in Morocco. What's that? Yes, it's a country also in North Africa, right close to Algeria actually. And I did a TV show with a national orchestra.
السيد ماريو فورتي.
But mainly, I've been playing and spending so much time with Gnawa musician. Did you hear about Gnawa musician?
No, what's that?
Gnawa musicians are something extremely special in North Africa. They originally come from Ghana, but they live in North Africa since centuries, and I've been spending a lot of time with them. Okay. Oh, I see that you have a teaching background in Switzerland. Yes, that was in 2011, and I've been teaching until 2015.
Nice. What did you teach?
Well, I've been teaching mainly improvised music, jazz music for strings players. But I've been also working with string ensembles. And I co-founded a festival in a city called Neuchâtel. This festival was called Art Tempo, and it was great because we had Indian musicians from Rajasthan, we had a harp player from United States actually, and a string orchestra, and also some musicians from New York that I already knew at the time.
Can I see something about that?
Sure.
Oh, very nice, very nice. So what else did you do in Europe?
Well, I've been working with an Austrian musician, a bass player called Georg Braunschmidt. 2 years together with a trio, with a piano, a pianist from Bulgaria, Antoni Donchev. And we have been playing a bit all over around Europe and also actually in Central America. And it was a nice band. We had some fun.
And I see that you've been in Mexico also. What did you do in Mexico?
What did I do in Mexico? Well, a lot of things.
Oh, and also Cuba
Yes.
to play?
Um, Not exactly.
So what else did you do in Europe?
Well, when I came back actually from Central America, where I spent almost half a year, I did a tour with a singer and bass player called Richard Bona. I don't know if you heard about.
Richard Bona? No.
Well, he's a good musician. After that, I left Europe and I came to United States.
How long you are in the United States?
Since 2016. 16. But I came back sometimes to Europe. Actually, I also have a band in Italy.
Oh, Italy. Very nice. I love Italy. Where?
In Milano. Yes, it's an ensemble, a kind of huge ensemble of musicians. It's called the Zuzu Ensemble.
Alright, I see. So what else did you do since you're in the United States?
Well, I moved to New York City. I've been living in Brooklyn since 4 years now, and I've been playing with a bunch of different musicians. One of the first musicians I've met there and I play a lot with, it's a Brazilian percussionist called Serge Krakowski.
Okay. And who else you worked with?
Well, from the first musician I've been playing with, there is also a violinist called Mark Feldman.
Feldman? How do you write it?
Feldman.
Okay.
Yep.
Is he Jewish?
Jewish? Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure.
So, I see you have been also teaching in the United States. In New York, actually.
Yes, I've been teaching in different places, but I mainly worked for ALJA, which is the Afro-Latin Jazz Alliance, and I've been teaching in different public schools in Brooklyn, and I had a lot of fun because I loved my students.
Down, up, down, up, down. Very good.
Bonjour.
Bonjour,
À bientôt.
à bientôt.
Salut.
Salut. What are we saying?
Okay. And you have a band called the Knot Club? What's that?
Well, you pretty much just called them stupid, Josh.
They are stupid. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
like,
but
fine.
If you're
but, like,
wondering, if you're like, the fact that there's a slight tinge of surprise in your voice, we're like, well, I got very annoyed.
But
Like, well,
it's-
yeah, of course they did.
I mean,
you called them idiots.
but, yeah, but it's like they are.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yes, the Knot Club of New York City is a gypsy band, but
Gypsies? Again, these guys was told chicken?
no, it's not about chicken. It's jazz manouche, we call it in France. You heard about?
No.
Okay. Well, this band is actually a mix in between traditional gypsy jazz music and
What means that?
well, it just means we have a lot of fun.
Okay, okay. And who is Matt Ohlenberg?
Yes, Matt is a guitar player who comes actually from more rock and metal music scene, but is also someone I've been playing with in New York. You know, there is a field of musician. Maybe you heard about John Zorn?
No.
I've been playing with some of those cats those past years.
Cat?
I mean musicians. Sorry.
Alright, so who else you work with?
Pianist Kevin Hayes, and also the clarinet player Anat Cohen. And I've been playing in a bunch of different places. One of the last gig I did was, for example, at this place in the West Village called the 55 Bar. Did you heard about?
have been in Baltimore?
Yes, Baltimore, I've been there to play actually gypsy jazz music with a special guest that we had from France called Samson Schmidt.
Right, but you never play with any orchestra? Like every violinist do?
Well, actually, I did play with a bunch of different type of orchestra, sometimes classical music, but I also have been working a lot into the Hasidic Jewish community.
What do you mean by Hasidic Jewish community?
Well, what I mean is that, something extremely special. I can't describe. Jungle TV.
Okay. Oh, you've got an award.
Yes, in 2018. It's a jazz violin competition actually. It's happening in Poland. It's called the Zbigniew Seifert competition.
Nice. And you got the first prize.
Yes.
Congrats!
Thank you.
But I don't understand something. It's written down here that you did some movies? What kind of movies?
No, not exactly movie, but yes, I like sometimes to do short movie, but this is just for fun.
What kind of short movie?
Well, extremely abstract and satirical and fun.
Joubert! Joubert!
Dad! I think you should call the embassy.
As we mentioned earlier, today's White House pandemic briefing, the Forte.
That's Todd! What's that? Stop! It's Todd! Stop! 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 ¡Cabrón! ¡Pinche cabrón! ¡Basta adelante! ¿Qué? Frank! ¡José! ¿Me escuchas? Mira, José, yo aquí tengo una llamada.
So you're working on an album?
Yes, actually even a few.
Yeah, but what are you working on right now?
Well, the one I'm working on right now, it's an album that I called the Bowless Violin Album.
Bowless? What's that?
Well, I played the entire album with my violin without using a bow.
Without using a bow?
Yes.
What means that?
Well, it would be hard to explain, but I can show you.
Oh, give me a sec. Yeah? Oh, Jennifer, listen, just take some pistachio and a glass of champagne for me and Mr. Forte. You might like champagne, Mr. Forte, you're French.
Yes.
Thank you, Jennifer. Love you. And I see that you're the president of OCBA. What's that?
Yes, OCBA is the Organization of Cultural Bomb Attacks.
Bomb attacks?
No, cultural bomb attacks.
What does that mean?
It means, sir, that I think music is not only made for entertainment. And with my orchestra, I like to consider that we are soldiers and that we are fighting for something by being artists.
An army?
No,
Fight? Against what?
well, against unhappiness, maybe? Or against everything is going wrong down here.
I'm sorry, I don't get it. What means concretely this army doing attacks?
You want me to show you?
Oh, sure. Whoa, Mr. Forte, Oh, that story sounds confusing to me. I don't know, I'm gonna find a job for you. First of all, you don't want to work with an orchestra?
No, it's not that I don't want, but I do other things, you know.
Well, Mr. Forte, you do a bunch of things, but we don't understand. You do an album without ball, you run all over the streets with your orchestra that you think it's an army. I mean, I'm sorry, Mr. Forte, but you're just a little bit cuckoo, I think. You have to understand that every single day I'm receiving here in this office a bunch of musicians searching for a job. And usually they have no problem to find one. You know why?
Why?
Well, because what they do makes sense for the market. And I can't find a job for everyone.
Yes, I understand. But are they all competent?
Of course they have diploma, like you.
I understand, but a diploma doesn't make an artist.
Oh yeah? And what's make an artist?
Maybe a certain sense of perception?
Perception of what?
Of life? Of people? Of things?
I'm sorry, Mr. Forte, I don't understand the fuck what you're talking about.
You don't understand because you don't want to understand. Because you work for the music industry. And the music industry became a sick joke. Actually, you would have better time to understand what I'm telling you. Because
I'm the Anonymous.
What's that?
The Anonymous jazz musician.
What do you want?
We want to save the world, Mr. Miller.
Save the world? How do you want to save the world?
With jazz music, Mr. Miller.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, the misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, Don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
Bon, je crois que c'est bon. Putain. Oh là là, c'est mauvais d'avoir des lunettes de vue quand on n'a pas de problème de vue. Putain, je vois plus rien. Oh merde. Couper. Sauvegarder. Oh boy. Qu'est-ce qu'il faut pas faire pour ne pas avoir de travail?